All right, back working on this, and dead cylinder. Number one is dead. Ain't got no compression. 32,
34,
35, and 45. That's the only one that was the highest reading. So if anybody wants to buy a Corolla, what year is this? 95?
No, 84, 83 or 84.
Or 85. 85 Corolla.
Good year.
Good year. The best years ever made. This thing is mint. Ran when parked.
Run and park again.
We'll run and park again. Interior is lit. This thing is awesome. It's got a bunch of stuff in there. It's got a roof rack. But anyway, for sale or you come get it. One of the two. You let me know. Just kidding. It'll probably be gone by the time this video comes out, but we tried saving it. It's dead. So thanks for watching. Bye. Look at this. The guy's car I was working on, Brent is his name, had one of these laying in his yard, and he was like, hey, thanks for checking out my car and let me pay you in some trades. And I said, I like trades. Good trade. So figuring out what was wrong with his car, he was like, here you go, wrench hand for my broken duramax. Oh man, this thing is gonna kick my butt. Anyway, I'm trying to figure this all out. I pulled the codes on it today again, and these are my codes. Kind of hard to see, but it's all transmission codes. Pressure too low, sensors not reading, voltage too low. So I'm starting to suspect a wiring issue. So I'm gonna go through, check all the fuses on here, like all in here, check all these fuses again. Maybe I blew a fuse because now it's not even going in reverse no more. It used to. And check all these fuses, all these ones in here. Check all these fuses out in here, relays. Unplug every single fuse, take it out, put my eyes on it. When I did take this apart right here, because some people were saying this could be your problem, that plug right there, the ignition. So I pulled that out one time and plugged it back in, but this harness right here was kind of in there sideways. It wasn't all the way, it's barely contacting the wires. So I'm wondering if that had a problem with it, but I plugged it all back in. But now I'm just gonna get a plier, needle nose, and see if those are all contacting in there. I did unplug that and tried starting it. There was no nothing. So this is main harness for ignition for starting and stuff. But those are my codes, so I'm trying to figure it out. They're all transmission codes, so somewhere I'll crawl under there, check out the transmission plug on the side of the transmission, see if that has anything to do with it. If not, I gotta pull this harness right here, just go through that harness again, all those ones. Go through all that whole harness again, see what's going on with it. I noticed the motor mounts are out in it. They're not, the motor's moving. So maybe I gotta throw some motor mounts in it, and maybe it's pulling a wire. So I'm just gonna keep on trucking with it and see if I can figure it out. And thanks for coming along. It's a headache, but it's a part of it. So let me continue on it and see if I can figure something out. But here we go. All right, here we go. Truck's turned around now. It's backed in. It was pulled in forward, but the light was blinking up here on the indicator, and it was just being weird. Low voltage, bunch of stuff like that. So I changed this part with that neutral safety switch, or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. It seemed to go in gear and drive, but now it's coming on. I checked the code again earlier. Let's see if I can pull up a photo. It says transmission control light, output speed sensor, vehicle speed sensor, transmission control light, so transmission light. Anyway, I test drove it down the highway and did the same thing, just kicked in the gear, kicked in the high gear and wouldn't go in reverse, all that crap. And then I pulled it in the yard and it on the dirt road, and it started flickering the ABS and the brake light. So I checked the wires. The output speed sensor, it's back there, it's good. This one right here, the one that plugs into this one, it goes across the transmission. I found this. The wire was, it had a straight piece in right here, which they should be tied together to get some kind of magnet. I don't know how that works, but it's supposed to be twisted like that. So it was open from right here to here. It was not twisted. And I read online these have to be twisted all the way down. So I said, okay. So I started twisting it together, and look what I found. If you don't know what that is, that's a broken wire that was probably barely contacting each other. That one doesn't look so hot neither. You guys can see that one. The wire doesn't look good. So but somebody's been in here poking at this thing before. Doesn't even look like the wire is hooked up. No, just broke off. So I'm gonna replace this connector with better wire in it. See if I can find another one of these connectors somewhere, or pull this one apart and solder it together and see if maybe, just maybe, this is my problem. I'm pretty sure. So that's what I found today, and I'm gonna continue to. I'm so glad this thing is lifted, but I'm gonna figure out how to take this apart. Maybe it was just hanging on by one wire, but that's what I found, and I'm gonna mess with it some more. I will get back to you. I won. I'm a winner. So apparently this is it. That one was barely hanging on by two wires. This one was just arcing on each other. But I found the problem. There it is. So I'm gonna get like a string and hang it on my rearview mirror, so it reminds me every day how much I hate this thing. This thing. So I'm gonna hang it there and just, maybe I'll just throw it at the door panel. So when I remember it, when I'm digging around, I see it and I'm gonna be really angry. But anyway, it's working. It's running. I test drove it. I ran it down a dirt road really fast, and it's working. So now, time to take that off of there. Time to take the bumper off. And so yeah, I replaced this, and that was probably one of the problems also, but the shifting, the thing came back for this wire. So I decided to go dig into it, and I started pulling back, and you guys seen what I found, and it seems to be working right now. So I'm guessing that's what fixed it. I'm gonna drive it for a couple days. Well, I'm gonna continue to drive it and see if I can figure out what's going on with it now. Other than that, I think that was the problem, was that piece right there. So I'm glad I figured it out, and it wasn't anything too hard, you know. And well, it took me a while to figure it out, but I figured it out, and we'll see if it acts up again. So I started pulling the bumper. There's a bolt here, and there's a bolt here. That bolt wasn't in there. The two side bolts were in, and this one was in there. The rest of them, nothing. There it is. Ow, it's solid. There's supposed to be one bolt in this. It goes all the way across. They only have one. I don't get it. People are crazy. But since this is off, I can get to my other ground. I tried cleaning it one day with the wire brush. So I'll pull this bolt out, hit it with the grinder, get straight metal, and put some paint over it. This one looks a little bent. Just kidding, it's straight now. So I gotta pull these hooks off and get some tough guys out here to help me pick this up, set it on there. Because this mother trucker is heavy. Oh, wrong way. This mother trucker is heavy. So it looks like just this one bolt and this bolt. So I'm assuming they're both on the outside, right? Yeah, they're both on the outside. So I'm assuming this bolt, that bolt, and this bolt. That's what I'm assuming. But you know what happens when you assume? You are wrong. So I gotta get this heavy bumper out of my truck, but I don't want to mess with the boom setting on Mini. I'm gonna use Mini, by the way. And I'm just gonna push it out of the truck, and then I'll back up to it and pick it up. So. Sweet. Anyway, I'm gonna bolt this thing up and I'll return. There it is. My wife is gonna hate me because she don't like these bumpers. But I'm not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I gotta go to a soccer game. I'll be back. New day. Working on the four-door today. I was trying to figure out why the four-wheel drive light was not working, but the sensor's broken right up here. So you can see, broke right there. So I gotta order one, but the wire is there. The wire is right there, just hanging out. You can see the plug and everything is there. So I just gotta order a sensor, I guess. Then I noticed the exhaust was hanging and hitting the transfer case right there. So, and I just had it wired up, but I'm gonna change that today with this little rod. I'm gonna weld it. I wonder if I just take that off and weld it across right there. But I was gonna use this, kind of just shaped it a little bit to a 3-inch exhaust, and then we'll weld it right here and then come up and weld it right there to this without blowing the rubber washers out. And then that would be awesome right there. This one has a factory one. If I had another factory one, I could put it in right there, and then hang it off of here. But I don't have another one. Oh yeah, I do, right here. Would that be the wrong way though? Yeah, that'd be the wrong way. Well, anyway, for now, I'm just gonna weld a piece from here to here. Sorry. Maybe if I can get the screen to come on. Weld the piece from here to here, and then call it good. Maybe I could just cut this one off and use this one. But anyway, let me work on it and I'll get back to you. I'm gonna take a sawzall and cut that. It's got booger welds on it. So hang tight. About there, I'll cut it. Put a little bend in it. Oh, wow. Tight one. Just like that. See that? And then, right under here, and it will go just like that, and weld it right there. So, let me get the welder, hang tight. There it is. Barely hanging on, nice and red, look at that. Gosh dang. Anyway, let's see if it works. I'll let it cool down a little bit and then I'll lower it. I gotta cut this. It's sticking up too high. See, this one's a little lower. So here we go. There it is, all done. Got the exhaust up higher, way better. And I checked all the fluids and everything. So there we go, ready to rock and roll. Just a short one today. God, it's a good looking truck. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna put this panel on. I'm gonna cut it, fit it in. Probably cut that rust out, that's right up there. Surface rust, I'll cut most of that out and just use the roll pan. I'll do that tomorrow. Gotta get all of this, all this sticky stuff off of here and down here, and this door still has it. Get all of that off of there, you know, all the little stuff. But you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching.